brother and my mother, we came in 1969, but we came to Birmingham for a year. But then my father got a job in Rotherham, so I've been in Rotherham since 1970. It's just over 40 years now.
In Rotherham?
Yes.
So initially did you came to Rotherham, or did you arrive somewhere else in the UK?
No, as I said, we came to Birmingham.
Birmingham. Right, okay, sorry about that.
That's okay, I thought I was hearing things.
Right, okay, so you stayed almost a year in Birmingham, and then you came back to Rotherham.
We came to Rotherham because because obviously in them days you actually lived where your parents could find work, and in them days, before the Tories destroyed the steel industry, it was a very thriving industry in Rotherham and Sheffield. So my dad got a job in Rotherham Forge in Rotherham, one of the most popular workplaces for many.
There was so much work in Sheffield and around Sheffield, early 60s and late 60s, that you could change 2 or 3 jobs in a day if you didn't like one.
Absolutely.
Right, okay. First of all, tell me, how many jobs have you done? Did you go to school here or college here first?
Well, I'm actually very proud that the actual area that we moved into, which is Masborough, I still live there. After 40 years I've lived in the same area. I went to the local primary school where my children actually eventually went as well, and I went to the local primary school and then the local comprehensive South Grove School until I was 16, and then I had one of these training courses, and it was to do with steel making. It was a metallurgy course. I did that for a year and then worked in the steel industry.
Right. You only worked in the steel industries, or did you do other various jobs?
Oh no, I've done a number of different jobs. I was in the steel industry.
Man of all trades, is it?
Yes, jack of all trades. I was in the steel industry for about 3 years. In fact, I was working during our big steel strike in the early 80s. So that was when I was very active within the union. But then I left that we bought a shop, a grocery shop. Right. So really, in a nutshell, I've had a shop, a restaurant, a supermarket, and a taxi business. So in effect, really, I'm a walking stereotype.
Right. What kind of experience did you had when you had a shop? I mean, these days corner shops are doing no business whatsoever because of the bigger industry, supermarkets. In them days, these were the early days before the expansion of the supermarkets. So we did quite well for that period of time, and then we moved into other things, you know, the restaurant business and then the taxi business. Right, okay, and what about restaurant? Restaurant was a good experience. We still own the property. We actually rent it out as a telephone shop now. Yeah. But it was all good experience because I worked in different areas within the steel industry. That sort of got me sort of politicized, and then working in the shop. In fact, the shop I had that shop for about 7-8 years. That is the area I still represent. So actually, that did me a lot of good, being a shopkeeper in the particular area, because it was 99.9% white indigenous community. So when I stood for election, that came into that gave me a lot of advantage. Right. Before we go further deeper into your life, we will come to Fiaz Hussain.